So in that passage, you're saying God cast down Satan and he was shamed.
Yeah, like giving him that feeling of shame.
So what's interesting about that is he's called the accuser of the brethren.
Right.
So he only knows how to replicate. He can't create anything. So he's using the same tactic. I was shamed, therefore I'm going to try to shame you.
Yeah.
Because of your past, because of your sin, because of your faults, because of your weaknesses. The enemy only knows how to use shame. And what's interesting about shame is it binds us to our sin. It binds us to our past. We can't step past shame. Now, God does not use shame. The enemy uses fear, guilt, and shame, but God uses love, grace, and mercy. That's how he speaks to his children.
What did you say?
So the enemy uses fear, guilt, and shame.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
But God uses love, grace, and mercy.
Love, joy, and what?
Love, grace, and mercy. It's an easy barometer to be able to hear, like, am I hearing the accuser's voice or am I hearing God's voice? Hey, it could be your own voice. Like that's possible. It could be your own self-talk because you've been trained by how the enemy speaks rather than how God speaks over you. Because in that Ephesians 3 passage, it talks about that you may be able to comprehend with all the saints what is the width, the length, and the depth, and the height, to know the love of Christ which passes knowledge. So all this revolves around the love of God. To be able to be filled with the fullness of God, you got to know the love of God and be strengthened by his Spirit in the inner man. Can I finish this thought? So I had this thought earlier. We were talking about spirit, soul, and body. I want to put this back up on the board. So set your mind, don't set your mind on the flesh, set your mind on the Spirit. We walk by faith and not by sight. So that's talking really about our soul. Where is our soul oriented? Are we submitted to the Holy Spirit, walking by faith rather than by sight of the body? Because I think it is that God is spirit. It says God is spirit and God is love. I think all love originates in the spirit, while all lust originates from the flesh. It's really the starting point. Because love does manifest in the physical realm. But oftentimes we start in the flesh and it's lust. Lust is to take while love is to give. Love is a covenant while lust is a contract. And this was a debate I had before I proposed to Megan for the longest time. Do I love her, do I like her, or do I lust after her? And being able to discern between the two. But when you set your mind on the Spirit, God is love, you're able to comprehend the love of God, and the fullness of God is released in your life. When you set your mind on the Spirit. And I think this is key because what changes you is not the shame of the enemy, fear, guilt, and shame, but it's God's love, grace, and mercy. When you know that you are loved as a child of God, it changes your soul and your body.
Yes, that's right.
I'm up here like fighting for you guys' lives. So.